And then it's Bentley, sunroof in it. We moving units. Atlantic, respect what I'm doing.
Come on, man. I had to play that to remind y'all who was up here, Heather B.
He said that was a true freestyle. He couldn't even remember because he did it on the spin.
Man.
A blown away.
That was he didn't realize he did that. Come on,
That's
man.
Right. And we had just got a check. I spoke on the label and everything.
And the whole thing.
I said them
Atlantic.
people respect what I was doing. I had the fresh got me. I had $1 million in my back pocket that day.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was definitely fresh off the deal. Like I hadn't touched it. I was scared to pop the check.
Really?
I want to make sure everybody saw that motherfucker first.
Did you take a picture of it?
Nah.
Okay.
The bank did.
You better talk your Right there, one of the most respected, man, one of the most influential, one of the most impactful artists, transcending generations because he's been putting it down for so long and he's done it his way. He's taking chances on his own talent, on his own destiny. We've seen him do it when he signed with No Limit. We've seen him do it when he signed with Young Money. We've seen him do it when he signed with Dame Dash. We've seen him do it when he started his own jet life. You heard him talk about Atlantic Records giving him checks to, man, this dude right here, we call him the Chameleon, okay? One of the most biggest success stories hip-hop has ever seen.
There's too many flowers. All right, y'all.
No, it's very old.
My eyes itching.
Currency.
Currency just speaks in bars. He said too many flowers. I'ma sneeze.
I need a Benadryl. I need a Benadryl for my allergies. It's far too many flowers.
Come on, man. It's no such thing as time to get them, man.
No, man. It's cool.
Come on, man. I mean it from the bottom of my heart, man. You ain't been for no one.
I didn't. I know. Yeah, but I just wanted to be an example to everybody. Like, you're not crazy.
Yeah.
What you think is right. You know what I'm saying? As long as you stand on it, it's gonna come true. If you just stand on it, it'll work. And people just give up.
They give up.
They give up too early. Yeah, for sure. Nobody knows like how close they are to the finish line and shit. They just stop. If they knew how close they were, they would keep going. You know what I'm saying? But
what was that?
You seen that meme with the dude digging for the diamond?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One dude give up and it's like that far from him, but he don't know because it's the wall of dirt in the way. But that's what everybody do.
What's crazy? Was there ever a time though that you made a decision that even made you go, damn it? If so, what was it?
And they my brothers. Wayne and Mac called me one time and was like, bruh, like, think about all the shit you said you wanted to buy for your mom, bro. Like, are you coming back? And I was like, nah, like they gonna wait till I figure out how to get it for them. And that was it.
That was it, right?
Yeah. Well, when I hung up, I was like, damn. I was like, that was like the last, the boat, they throw the fucking floaty out. I'm like, damn, that was the floaty, huh? Like, from the captain. And I was like, no, just keep on. I got it. They like, my nigga, it's sharks and everything. I'm like, yeah, just go. You know what I'm saying? But then when they seen me again, I had a boat. They're like, damn, this nigga built a boat.
Boy talks and bars.
I told you.
For real? That's tight. All right, word.
Wow, you bet on yourself,
That's cool.
man.
Yeah.
Next man needs no introduction. He's been up here a ton of times.
Thanks.
My brother, man, for so many reasons. On so many occasions, man. I love when I see he texted me. I get excited when this dude texts me because it's always positive energy and it's always forward momentum. It's always progression.
Right.
I've watched this man consistently do it his way as well, becoming probably the most valuable producer hip hop. Nah, man, we can't even put him in that box. Music has ever seen. You could trace. Remember how they used to have the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon? Y'all have heard of that, right?
I know about that.
That Kevin Bacon is he's 6 degrees beyond.
Yeah.
Everybody is connected to him.
into the industry. Everybody connects back to Kevin Bacon some form of way.
Oh wow!
Please create a graphic for this. Make a graphic for the fucking degrees of Jermaine Dupri.
There you go. Jermaine Dupri is here,
man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. 6 degrees of Jermaine Dupri.
Can you trace it back? We were talking about. I was explaining to people. They said, "Well, why does Jermaine Dupri feel the need to consistently tell us what he's accomplished?" And I said he has to because y'all won't. He has to campaign it because y'all forget. And when he when he brings up all of these different ways that he's impacted this industry and impacted people's lives, it makes you, it astonishes you. And so I want to say peace to this brother right here, the legendary Jermaine Dupri.
Salute.
He works with the kids.
Yep.
He works with the kids, man. What do you think? What your latest, biggest kid success story? What would it be that you worked with?
I mean, just the fact that you've seen these kids come off the rap game and now they are in the industry and people talk about them as, almost like they forgot that even happened. I remember when I brought Lotto and I had J.I. and I think I had Detronado with me. And we was doing, we was running around the city doing the press, and people were like, don't nobody want to hear no kids rap. And then I'm like looking at it like now, like, oh, yeah, you love them now, huh?
Yeah.
You think, what I'm saying? So it's definitely interesting to see that. It's fun to see it too, to know that where it came from. You know what I mean? So people, so that's what I do.
Do you think ageism is starting to become a thing of the past in the rap game? Because, that's ageism because they said they were too young to rap, and then you got the ones that say someone is too old to rap. But we seeing some of the biggest success stories of artists who are older.
Yeah, but it's still in there though.
Okay.
I think that's one of the things that needs to change in hip hop is the fact that people still treat young rappers like they don't deserve to be around. Because I feel like the music could be different if you allowed the energy of the youth to put what they actually feel into the music. I was watching Mr. College Park talk about when he found Soulja Boy and how Soulja Boy told the record company that he didn't want to be on BET, he wanted to be on World Star, and they was like, why would you want to be on World Star instead of BET? And it was just showing that his mind was in a different space, right? So it's the same thing with me when I came with Criss Cross. It was the ideas that I had that was different than what everybody else is, and I feel like there's other kids out there, younger people out there that nobody listens to, right? They just keep giving them the same old, let's go to BET. Some kid might know it's a different site out here that you should be on where the kids are at, and it'll help his record better than it'll help the previous records. So I just feel like people got to stop doing that. Like, they got to stop and they got to allow it. But we got a lot of fixing to do because of, people still don't understand how you supposed to deal with young artists. Yeah. Right? And, so people, I see people saying stupid shit to me. Oh, you love working with little boys. I mean, come on, man. I don't know, how you translate that into, seeing what I'm doing. But, that's what I'm saying. You guys just change the mindset of it so people can understand it. Because I think a lot of people stay away from it because of that. And people think that, people are pedophiles and all this other stuff out here. It's funny because Criss Cross thought I was that when I first met them.
Criss Cross thought you was a pedophile?
Yeah, they was like, they didn't know who I was. Yeah. Right? And I was approaching them like, yo, what y'all do? And they was really standoffish like, nigga. They was really like that. Their mentality, and that's what they said. They didn't know what by the way, you got to think, Criss Cross, when I met them, it was two 12-year-old kids or 11 and 12-year-old kids that didn't want to be rappers, that didn't care about rapping, right? That doesn't exist in the world anymore. But at this time, somebody asking them to rap, they was like, for what?
Plus, you dressed them too, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they was dressing. They was cool.
They already had that style.
Yeah, they was in the mall, but I'm just saying, as far as like approaching them and asking them to go to the studio, sounded like Chinese to them.
What's the proper way then, would you say, to approach?
I mean, I did it the proper way, but I'm saying it was just a time. It was just in a time frame when young kids weren't thinking about rapping. Yeah. That wasn't their mindset to get out of the hood.
That's interesting right there.
Very much so.
Jermaine Dupri is here. Once again, I say his name. For Motivational Use Only, Currency is here too. I'm curious, Currency. I feel like, I don't know, you could teach a class by your career in the decisions you made, like in a real college, higher learning curriculum. I see. But you also had to make adjustments, I'm sure, as time went on. Music changed, sound changed, even the format of music changed. When streaming came, did you jump on that immediately? How did you learn about streaming?
I just realized that we weren't doing like in stores at FYE and shit no more. You know,
right.
like, cause I'm from the old school, like the whole time. Like when I was young, I was with Master P and them, and they would go on these runs and go to all the mom and pop record stores. They go everywhere, and that's how I knew, you know, how many units, what they was doing. Like, I watched them do the one sheets. We need to give them 5,000 Silk the Shocker CDs, you know, shit like that. I saw all of that, and then it just wasn't like that no more. It just went away, like, flat out.
Did people teach you how to load your music? You taught yourself? Or?
Yeah, I just taught myself because things changed. Like, that's all. I didn't even know, like, when you said what I did, I'm like, oh yeah, I probably could teach a class on it. But the class would pretty much be me standing there like, well, I just was rolling with the punches. Everybody go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, because there was no other way to do the shit except for through a computer. So I told my brother, I'm like, I need a computer, and he stole a MacBook. Like, I got a MacBook. You know what I'm saying?
Is your brother in the room?
Nah, it's all good. Like,
Come on, Sway.
He gave me a MacBook, and I've told this story before. The MacBook fucking gave me a message from the government. Like, once everything started popping for me, I was actually in this building with Dame Dash and them. With the MacBook and I opened it to pull up some shit, and it was like, this computer belongs to drop contact agent so and so, all this shit. Hell yeah! Shot a video later on that night and chucked it off the bridge. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I was like, I don't even know what's going on. That shit was nuts. Yeah, I'm like, man, this shit wild. Because they said it was like, we've considered flagging you for extra attention since your schedule is so public. And then they had like 3 tweets from me, like, going to Boston to get baked like beans. Like, just everything I ever said, like, where I was gonna go. Fucking right, yeah. But props to the MacBook because it started everything. So yeah, I transitioned and I made the moves. I adapted to where it went. I needed a MacBook. I got a MacBook. I got rid of said MacBook, and then I got another MacBook legally with my right money, and everything's been straight. We never look back.
Okay.
We never look back. Do what you gotta do to get where you gotta go.
Right.
I remember the Stone Immaculate came out, and what else was it? Canal Street Confidential. I think that's about the time you did that freestyle.
Did
when the Stone Immaculate came out, that's when the sound started changing, and but your sound didn't change.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, bro. Yeah. Honestly, the only reason it worked is because people knew what they were gonna get from me the whole time. Okay. If you just stay yourself and stay true to your sound, or whatever you're doing, if you're making clothes, like, you know, like, stay consistent with what you do, and no matter what happens, like, polo shirts still sell. Okay. You know what a polo shirt look like. Yeah. And you done bought the same shirt every fucking Easter your whole life. You know what I'm saying?
He said Easter.
But you know what it is. And that's what my music is. Like, I know what dude gonna do. We not gonna hit this bitch in the club, but I know this shit's gonna be cool. So they fuck with it. It's good.
I love it, man. Come on, man. Jermaine Dupri and Curren is here. I don't know when we're gonna get them back, so that's why I keep saying their names in combination. JD, what do you think? I remember T.I. came up, and what we were talking about, how streaming came into the game, and how at one point the labels were just devaluing our music because of it, and they start owning the infrastructure. So you still, no matter what, you had to go through their infrastructure in order to get any type of dividends. What do you see the music business and its infrastructure now? People always say labels are starting to become less important. How do you feel it?
I think that they're becoming less important, but to only people who are making their music important.
Okay.
Like, you know, if your music is not important, then you probably need a label.
Okay.
That's what they do. They start trying to, you know, pay for this and pay for that to make it look like the important music. I feel like that's what you know, hopefully that's what happens in this rush of new people not going to labels, and just they gotta make more important music. Really, really important music.
More important music. What you nodding for, Curren? I know you got.
Nah, because I feel him, and I'm thinking about my buddy La Russell.
La Russell from the Bay.
And
I was gonna bring that again.
And I'm thinking, like, you know, like, if you create it, like he's saying, and it's important, then you monetize on your own. Like, bro, it's like, you can get it from me. Like, it's not on, you know what I'm saying? It's not from this label. I didn't go to this. You can get it from me and pay me what you think it's worth. I saw him today say, motherfucker get, like, paid what they could pay for the album. Heard the album, was like, shit, here's $1,000.
And pay more.
Yeah. So like the if your music is important, you can write your own ticket. You can put the music out on your own. Labels in the sense of what we think of with major labels is a one thing, but then there's like So Def, Jet Life. Those are labels, but it's actually like it's us. You know what I'm saying? So the word label is one thing, but it's what you mean by it. Like Suits are becoming like no more. They don't count no more because we figured it out. Like we knew it the whole time, but we also broke their matrix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The ones who are the ones. You know, so the labels are still gonna live because, like he said, there's a lot of people who make unimportant music, and they're gonna have to find an umbrella to sit under and have somebody convince you that it's important. But the ones who are the ones, like we could just write our own tickets, and that's a good thing. Yeah.
So this is crazy because JD, and again, thank both of y'all for being here. I had a respectful random thought about you on Sunday. Didn't know you were gonna be here today. It was good. I was at the New Edition concert, the Legacy tour, and it was New Edition. It was Guy. It was Keith Sweat, and it was Tank. And I was watching Teddy Riley.
Okay.
And just in awe. Because after he did apparently the Guy set, he stayed on stage with Keith Sweat and was playing music. And I didn't realize all that history and that legacy with him. And then right after that, New Edition came out, and you just popped in my head. I thought about your legacy. I was like, this is something Jermaine Dupri could easily do.
Easily.
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I watched New Edition for 2 hours with Bobby Brown, with Bell Biv DeVoe, with Ralph Tresvant.
Did you do the choreography?
Mind your business way.
Yeah, she definitely was doing that. She definitely was doing that.
But it was, I thought about you because I was like, he could do this easily with the R&B, hip, everything. And I always felt like you kind of shy. I don't know if shy is the right word, but humble in the sense that would you do it on your own? Would you announce it on your own? Would you put something out like that to properly receive your flowers,
Showcase
JD? Showcase it because it was unbelievable.
I mean, I did it. I think that's the thing when he spoke about that just now with the intro. I do it all the time, but people don't actually really pay attention to it because I don't actually
shout it out. I got you. I got you.
Look, hey, I did this.
It's me.
I'm thinking you guys already know this.
Yeah.
Like we just came in, we was talking about the Torey Lanez. Like people don't know I did Pressure, but I say y'all know what this is at the beginning of the record, so I'm assuming that they should know.
That's
but
true.
Then I
it was a sample,
keep
bro.
People saying, "Yo, I didn't know you did that song."
Yeah, and
right?
and then you know what it is too, JD. I think watching 20,000 people the other night. When you see it all it's different.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's just different. I think when you realize and you see it all on stage, like seeing all of New Edition with Johnny taking a break, then Bobby Brown doing his solo, then Bell Biv DeVoe and Ralph. It just looks, but cool. It made me think of you. Just salute
that's
to
my
you.
idol. Teddy Riley's my idol.
Teddy Riley's your idol.
That's my idol.
Your point about Pressure, it makes me now think about how we consume a lot of music and even a much more bite-sized piece. Because perhaps folks who are consuming songs via TikTok a lot, where it's just like a 20-second snippet, aren't catching the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this, even that, like the TikTok situation, right? So the Division record, Touch It, right? That's out right now. It's
I love
going
that.
crazy.
We had them on. We had them
I
on the
did
show.
that song too, right? So when I keep putting it up on TikTok, I see comments with people like, Jermaine, you're obsessed with this song. And I'm like, I'm obsessed with
this song, with your old song.
Like,
Wow.
Man.
and that's really crazy because that song, I wrote that song, like the words, and that's my voice saying Touch It. So I'm sitting there like, oh. Damn. Okay, so what I got to do to make sure y'all know this is my record? Like, it's Division, but it's me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm saying I just think that people have a little bit of selective outrage when it comes to JD. And They deal with me differently than they deal with everybody else because it's right there in front of you.
Well, just know, I saw Teddy Riley. I was like,
oh yeah,
Jermaine Dupri. I saw it.
Oh yeah.
Trigger, you want to get in there?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Currency, when Sway was giving you all those flowers that required a Benadryl for you.
Yeah. Yes. I'm still recovering.
What also came to mind is you are one of the most prolific rappers, like
Oh, man.
innumerable
Here we go.
amount of projects. I couldn't even begin to count them all.
Thank you. Don't try.
I know, right?
I have no idea how many either.
It requires a calculator for sure.
I don't know.
But you know how open you are about your life, all your experiences, and sometimes I wonder, like, is the artist just the same as the human? Like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So with how much you share in your craft, is that how you are in your
Yeah, I'm
personal
just the
life?
same person. Yeah, it's exactly that. And
You're able to share emotions
Yeah,
with like a
that's-
woman?
Yeah, if I have them, if I'm emotional
Mm-hmm.
about it, I guess yeah. But a lot of stuff don't really get to me. So the things that do get to me, if it's heavy enough, I'm gonna carry it from my house to the car to the studio. I won't fight it in the booth and be like, oh, that's not for that.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I like about music. Mm-hmm. Like, it helps you relate with things you're going through because you're listening to an artist who shared what they were going through or something too, you know, so you can't shut the door.
Because I wondered, like, say you had a girlfriend and she's like, yo, why don't you just tell me what's bothering you? And instead of communicating with her, you would just put in the song. But she's like, okay, I get it, but why don't you just tell me?
That happens because I'm super clear. Like, I'm transparent. I'm gonna say it, whatever it is. But if you didn't receive it when I said it to you, and you didn't change, you know what I'm saying? All right, bet. Then it's probably gonna get to the studio because I told you, and nothing happened. So that part of my life still fucking up. But I'm going to the studio, and now that shit's about to it's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? You about to get
Got it.
3 or
Made into a
4
song.
of those
Right.
rhymes.
It's like 3
are
strikes,
for
I'm in
that,
the
you know what I'm
studio.
saying? Like, I'm not counting it, but it's gonna happen because it's my life.
Word.
The same way I'm gonna rap about if the car got delivered, or if I'm waiting on the car to get delivered or something, I'm gonna say, you know, motherfucker is about to lose their spot. You know, like, I'm gonna write it. Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, Jermaine Dupri and Curren are here. For Motivational Use Only is the project.
Yeah.
There's a song, I actually have the project before anyone else.
Ow.
So glad.
Yeah. 'Cause- So I could talk about songs y'all ain't heard yet.
I don't have one of those owl buttons over here, right? I got a cough.
You
This one says cough.
You need L. You need a stunt. We call it the stunt
Yeah, I
button.
want an owl button. Right there.
But in the song So Jets, Curren said you talk about they keep making these lists,
Yeah,
but
it's
they
incredible.
keep forgetting me.
Incredible albums that I'm on.
Yes.
and shit, and like best record on this joint was this, but that dude made an album. Did he make one? Because it didn't get on the list. He made one every month, but it's all right. We're not gonna put it on there because dude work hard. He not tripping.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens.
They
You know
don't.
what I'm
They
saying?
think you don't care.
I guess they figure I'm just high enough, and I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? They like, man, dude doesn't read lists. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. But what happens is my listeners are pissed,
Right.
You know, and then like B-Dot's my buddy. But I'll post a picture with B-Dot, and he's like, Spitta, get the fuck away from him. Like, do you know he keeps omitting you from these? I'm like, damn, you're right. He is doing that. And I'm taking this picture with this motherfucker. You're right, dog. Y'all right, you know. But they just have my back, so I said that for them.
Okay.
Yeah, I said that for everybody who pissed off all the time. Like, yo, don't trip. I do see it, but it's really not a big deal. So if I'm not tripping, y'all shouldn't trip either because I'm only worrying about y'all.
So you're able to have a relationship with someone like B-Dot, who is a brother of mine.
Yeah.
But a relationship with someone who is a leader in creating lists of this sort, and you're absent and you don't take it personal.
Yeah, nah. Because I mean, how many other people are? I see people take it personal and speak on it, and I'm like, damn, I would. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. So I'm just wanting to speak to that. You know, just like everybody should really not trip. It's not make your money. What you doing this shit for? You really doing this shit to pay for stuff and keep the lights on. Like, that's what you're doing. It's a job, so do it for that. Don't give a fuck if I have employee of the month on the fucking thing by the fries where they make the fries at. I don't give a
Buy the
fuck.
fries.
That's why they put
They
Hakeem
do.
picture and fucking come out. It was right by the fries.
Get out,
so I don't
Curren.
give
You
a
gotta
fuck,
get
you
out
know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Put it by the fries.
Let me ask you this, Jermaine, because there's been a lot of talk about Eminem, on these lists.
Yeah.
And people say he shouldn't even be on the top 10.
Yeah.
And the key to his success is being white. Well, we know that did give him advantage. And he said that. But what are your thoughts on that?
he can really rap though.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I heard what Melly Mel said, and I was gonna actually ask Currency about this, because he said if somebody black that rap like that would rap like that, they wouldn't be in that same position. I haven't heard nobody black that rap like that.
For sure.
So I'm waiting on that dude.
For sure. But if he do come with that, nobody gonna do it because like, bro, we know what that is. So
Yeah,
you
but I'm
can't
saying
even do that.
I'm
but-
saying if just
Yeah.
Period.
If that would have been,
If somebody
if that
black
would have
would've
been a
been
black
rapping
dude
like that,
first, no,
yeah.
we'd have ran his ass. I don't even understand how. It just would have happened. Everybody would have been like, nah, bro, what, bro? I'm telling you, I don't know why. It's like we let that. We were more receptive to it because, bro, it's white. It was like, no, it's supposed to be zany and crazy because dude ain't like from my block, so I expect him to act like that. So that's cool. I can hear it. Know what I'm saying? Like, cause around my way, we was listening to what we listened to, and then one of the homies definitely bought that album and brung it in there, and it was like I heard a song about him eating mushrooms and a girl drinking Lysol and cutting her hair off at a party and shit. But I was like, that's his life. Like, Eazy telling us what the fuck he did and riding in the 6'4", and this nigga did this, so it's cool with me, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I went. Yeah.
Okay. For motivational use only, what was your approach to this? Because I remember you, I saw when you posted the Essence Fest, but you were still in the studio cutting it back and forth, you know, like a traditional DJ would.
Yeah.
You know, how did y'all approach this project?
Well, the project we didn't approach it. We just got in the room and started talking. I started making a beat. We had made one beat. I made one beat. Then it just went to. I started realizing as long as I keep making beats, he's gonna keep rapping.
Okay.
And we didn't even discuss the song. So we would make the song, and as soon as he's done rapping, he'd be like, "You got another beat?" And I pull up
We
another
ain't
beat. We
even
wouldn't even
listening to the
discuss the
shit.
So
song.
no
Just
format
make
or
it.
nothing.
Just stack them up and
No
then we'll
format.
see.
We'll go back. We didn't start formatting the records till we got to like 10 songs. And
Okay.
we start going back saying, you know, we should put somebody right here. We should put somebody right here. We should cut this verse down. Or da-da-da. Yeah, we didn't start doing any of that till like after 10 songs. So we didn't even really discuss what we were doing. We just started
We were just kicking it, bro.
doing it.
But
That's
why y'all decided to do this now?
Well,
I mean,
he made the song.
I made that joint.
Okay.
Named
The
Jermaine
Jermaine
Dupri
Dupri record.
Yeah.
Okay, the one we played.
Yeah,
okay.
and bro heard it and was like, damn, like let's line up in the studio. And I was just thinking I was gonna go to A and get a beat from JD. So I went and bro was cool as shit. Like we was the same. So just through kicking it and talking and shit, watching movies and shit, that's what we do is make music. So music just happened to be made. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll go pull up by you if this what we do. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do that. So that just happened. Just after a while, we end up realizing that we had all these records stacked up. Yeah.
Well, I love the outcome. I know you guys got other appointments, but y'all got to come back, man, because I want to get another
please.
freestyle.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna get another.
Both us. We both us.
Both y'all. You
He
do that,
right,
Jay? You do
Yep,
that?
yep.
Write something for your homie, man.
Yep.
Come on, come right back. Come back next time, and
I mean,
Yep.
unless you want to do
He's
it
been
now.
tossed
No,
under the
no,
bus.
okay.
Tossed under the bus. We'll be back.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Cool. That's what's up, man. Well, man, it's good to see y'all.
Yes.
Same here.
Good
Thanks
to
for
be
coming
seen.
through. Absolutely.
I couldn't come to New York and not come here.
That's what he texted me too, man. I can't, man. We out here, man. I can't come to New York and
Yeah,
not
I
come
can't.
by and see the family.
I love that.
Every
It's
time.
tight.
It's just, this is JD in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay?
My
This is,
brother.
come on.
That's
You already
heavy.
know,
My
man.
brother.
That's
Currency.
heavy.
Proud
Come
of
on.
you. Love you, man.
Thank you, bro. I
Keep
love you
going,
too,
man.
man.
All
Nah,
right.
this was love.
Okay,
For
we're going
sure.
to play this Essence Fest.
Yeah.
We want to thank also DB Woodside for coming by today.
Absolutely.
He's on a new show.
The Night Agent.
The Night Agent,
Yep,
yes.
yep.
Okay. Check that out. That's on Netflix. We'll be back tomorrow. Who we got tomorrow?
Damon John and Larry June.
Larry June.
That's my brother.
Larry June?
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. I'm going to have you ask him a question and play it back. All right, turn that down.
Okay.
Okay, Larry June, what would you ask him? Like, if you had to ask him a question as a fan, knowing what you know. Yeah.
You got more of those pouches with the flowers in them that I got yesterday from your man that had your logo on them, bro, while you're still out here? Because your man's out here. Put me down.
It's Currency.
Straight
All right,
up.
JD, you got a question for Larry June?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I want to know where he got his saying. What is he saying? What is
Good job, Larry.
Good job, Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know where that came from. Like what makes him say this every
He
time?
was at the listening party.
Yeah, I was at the listening party last night.
I was there too.
Yeah, and he kept saying
Damn, you
that.
low. I didn't even know.
Low as a
What
man.
the
Good
job, Larry.
fuck?
Good job,
Good
Larry.
job, Sway.
Okay.
I didn't even see you in there.
Man, my low game is stupendous.
Damn.
I'm one of the best that did it and got away with it.
Yeah, nah, that's
Come on,
it.
man. All right,
Speaking in bars
There
is
you
the
go. I
theme
got
for
that from
today's
you. Come on,
program.
man. You already know, man. This is Essence Special. Have a beautiful day. Stay on the right side of
Yeah.
positivity, and we have nothing left to say.
Well, that was a positive interaction.